It is about time to start sweating like crazy. Oh yeah, we should already get ready with some music. This chapter is definitely going to have some copyrighted music. Hey, welcome to stream already, Violet. Okay, I think we're about ready with everything. Nice. Nice, looking good. Hey, welcome as well, Nightclock. Yes, I am indeed going to pull for Holy Mami. Welcome as well, Komodo and Street Cat. How are you doing, everyone? Razzin' the Razzling, huh? I don't think I'm gonna quite go with that name. I might go with Feathers. Someone did say I should use Feathers, and I think Feathers might be alright. For my YouTube members, that is, or for my Twitch subscribers. So let me check something. I don't even know if I have a reason to use Mami, to be fair. But that's not gonna stop me from rolling for her, simply because, for the main reason that I just want to have her so I can make her guide, because it kind of helps having the character to make the guide for them. Because it kind of sucks having to make a guide for a character that you don't have. That's the main reason why, and I think I'm gonna just do it. Let's get it out of the way. So I'm still on emulator right now because I still have some paid gems left over on my mobile account. So I gotta get those out of the way before I can actually do anything else. But once all of these paid gems on my mobile account are gone, I can just stay on PC forever and I don't ever have to go back. And that's gonna be really good. It's gonna be good for Zenobia. Well, a Mami A0 is probably still gonna be much worse than a A5 Homura. Keep all of that in mind. So yeah, even on AoE scenarios, she's not gonna beat an A5 Homura. It's just not gonna happen because her stats are way too low and she's missing all of those special effects. So yeah. So here's the thing, we're gonna roll either until we get a Holy Mami or until I get to 100. Either of the two. So let's see what happens. Okay, nothing. Other than that, I just want more ascensions for all characters. If I get dupes of characters I already have at maximum ascensions, that's also good, by the way, because I need to use medals for books and stuff, because I need so many books for upgrading special levels. You can streamer like, well, I've had so much streamer like, I don't think it's gonna happen again. That's promising though. Okay, that's some... Oh wait, I thought she was already A5. Well, I guess it's A5. There's another character that I can now gain medals on if I roll another Felicia. Okay, nothing. And we're about to reach our first bonus. What do we have? Konnichiwa, that's some... お元気ですね。ですかね。Yeah. By the way, when it comes to speaking or writing Japanese, I'm not really good at all. I'm mostly just reading. But yeah, we got our first... I'm just gonna go and roll that key immediately. I also just noticed the chat window that I have open on my teleprompter does not display Japanese very well. Because it's really small and a really weird font, but It's legible. Okay, what do we got? Give me some good stuff. Give me the good stuff. And we got, yeah, coins. I'll take coins, sure. Better than an ascension for a character I'm not using. I'm gonna be honest about that. Okay, but we still have a mission in front of us. The mission is to get something else. Anyone next year for sure? Absolutely. Is Holy Mami the same level as Ultimate Madoka and Devil Homoda? I mean, it's like Mami Final Form. It's not really Mami Final Form at all. It's more like an Uwasa version, but I can't really describe Uwasa versions that much right now, to be honest. But yeah, it would be an Uwasa version in a way. Okay, so now we still have some page gems left, so I'm going to single roll all these. And once again, these are not all of my gems. These are just all the gems that I still have left on mobile. Because I can't take my mobile gems with me onto PC. So once these are done, I'm switching over back to PC, and I have a lot more on PC. And then after this, I'm not entirely certain if I'm gonna roll for Mifuyu. Because after after this character, we're gonna have Mifuyu, and then we're gonna be in September. And in September, we're gonna be getting ready for the half anniversary. On the half anniversary, we might get Nagisa. We might get Akuma Homura. Like, there's some big stuff coming that I don't think it's gonna be that worth to just do rolls on Mifuyu. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Anyway, now we've done with this, I'm gonna switch over to PC, and we're never touching emulator ever again because those gems are now gone. Nice. So Nagisa, you just saved up your first 100 rolls. That's a good amount. Like, from now on, I think for basically every single character that everyone wants to roll for. Generally, if you want to roll for a character, make sure you have at least 100 rolls, so you can at least get that bonus roll. Best, of course, is to have the full 200 rolls, but that might not be something you can get for all of them. Okay, let's see, where are we? We're here. That is not the correct. So I'm gonna have to get the transform ready. Someone trying to get this in OBS now. Like this, and it's moving again. It's fucking doing this shit again. Nope, go. It's fucking magnetizing to the corners again. Okay, this should work. Jesus. Okay, do you get 1 5-star in 95 rolls? So far, yes. But we still have 5 more rolls, and more importantly, we have the bonus 5-star. Yuma 5-star? Definitely not. Okay, I have, as you can see, I have a bunch more gems on this one. So it's gonna go all the way to 100. With single rolls, because I don't think it's worth another tenner on this one. Rates are awful in this game. This game has some of the best rates of any gacha game I've ever played. So I don't know what you mean. And this is specifically mean for the rate up. But even for the rate up, it's really high rates. Like the chance to get a 5-star, basically equivalent, in any Hoyo game is 0.6% for any 5-star. And then it's 50% of that is the actual rate up. So it's 0.3% for the rate up in Hoyo games. But here it's like 0.75% for the rate up and a grand total of 3% for any 5-star. That is like insanely good. Okay, we got the bonus, let's go. So this is only a 12% chance to be Holy Mami. It's probably not gonna be it, but I'll be at least gonna get something else that's good. Damn right we did. That was the one character. That was the one character I wanted. Like, I'm gonna be honest, for my account, another Ren Ascension is gonna be better than a Holy Mami. I'm just gonna put that out there. So I'm definitely can't be mad about this. Okay, more importantly, we need to do stuff now, and we have a lot of stuff to do now because, oh my god, I heard the new main story is like really long, So it's gonna be a lot of fighting, at least in Standard and in Nightmare, because you don't fight in Battler, you just win in Battler, you know. Okay, what do we have? I wanted to get some of these, so here, look at this. I think we do it half-half, so it's like 28, let's do like 16, and then the rest go into these. I have so many 5 stars that need special levels that yes, it actually makes sense buying a lot of books with this, because I need so many for all of my characters. My characters are so far behind in special levels. Hey, welcome to the stream, Sweet Cookie, and by the way, everyone else as well who's joined in the meantime, welcome to the stream. Again, I think needs a whole bunch of levels already. Look at that, she's really far behind. And we're out of books again. We're out of books again. Look at that. It's like so easy to be out of books in this game, no matter how many you buy. By the way, I have a team that tried to like get the most amount of just party power possible, and that team, I can show you what the power level for that team was. My new highest power level is 81,489. That's pretty darn high. My phase 2 in Nightmare mode is Ak. What do you mean Ak? Yeah, it could be. Sorry, no, we're just getting started. And by the way, we did not get Holy Mami, but that's totally fine because we actually got something better. So here's the thing about A4 Ren. A4 Ren is kind of busted and is one of the best characters in the entire game. That's right. These are all words describing Toka, by the way. Oh, you mean Ak. What is Ren's A4? Ren's A4 is, well, it's the same as all the other debuffer A4s, which increases the strength of their debuffs and ailments. And specifically the debuffs, Ren has some of the strongest debuffs in the entire game, and all of them getting boosted by a lot means, oh my god, that is that is so much out of that. So her debuffs, by the way, it's about 30%, I think? Yeah, 30%. She has her damage taken by 36%. That's another like times 1.3 on this. Then you have a grand total of 30% defense down from all of her debuffs, which is another 1.3 on top of that. And if you do the maths and you try and figure out how much damage amplification you get, usually Ren gives you about 100% damage amplification. And I think with her A4 is like 150% damage amplification or something absolutely insane. But yeah, her damage amplification goes absolutely wild with this. So yeah, my entire team is gonna do like around 30% more damage now. Just because of that. That's pretty good, I would say that's pretty good. Yet, theoretically the wound also does a little bit more damage, but the wound damage itself doesn't really matter that much, whatever. So yeah, by the way, this team is pretty good, it's gonna be pretty nice. However, I heard that this entire everything is here is also dark weak, so I could also use Homura. However, I've used so much Homura, and there's also going to be fights against multiple enemies. I'm just going to keep rolling with my Swim Saya for now. So yeah, let's keep it. By the way, this right here with either Swim Saya or Homura in slot 1 is basically the best team you can make right now. And yes, I do believe the best team you can make right now for like at least general content, for just doing anything, does not include Moemoda, because I think Moemoda is way over valued by a lot of people. Like, yeah, she's really powerful, but she's only powerful in one specific way. And these characters that I have on my team right now, they're all extremely powerful in multiple different ways, and they can be used in multiple different scenarios. And there are fights where getting more turns or having action advance isn't that powerful. And in fights like that, Moemoda is fucking useless. Or there are fights where you need every single point of damage that you can get. And in fights like that, also, Moemoda is kind of fucking useless. But these characters right here are basically good always. Like, it's really hard, almost impossible to design a fight where these 5 characters aren't at least really good. So yeah, this is why I think that Moemoda is kind of overvalued, and why these 5 characters, like specifically with the first character, either Swimsaka or Homura, actually, like Cool Homura, should be valued a bit higher compared to Moemoda. Okay, do we get music at least in here? Music, please? No, we don't get music. No, we do get music! So, yeah, I guess we're just gonna have music only in here. 30% for one instance is crazy, damn right! And A4 is kind of crazy. Being a pretty clueless player with a lot of resource extensions, this night window was pretty easy for me. I assume a lot of people are going to have a lot of easier time now with Nightmare, because the increase to magic level and the increase in player level, and the fact that you have so many more resources and everything, and you have more characters now that they've gotten since you've started playing. There's like so many things now that are coming together to make it a lot easier now than it was before. So most people are now getting ahead of the Nightmare curve, basically, like where Nightmare is not actually increasing as in their difficulty as fast as players are increasing in their like player power, basically. But yeah, standard of course is not really gonna do anything. But we still have to sit through the fights. Also, you still need to take a... Yeah, as usual with each new chapter, we're gonna have to keep an eye out for the sparkles on standard. However, if we miss the sparkles, we'll see on the overworld. Like, on the overworld, we can see where the sparkles are if we ever miss them, because the node that the sparkles are on is gonna sparkle if you've beaten the node but you haven't collected the sparkles. So if you go through the entirety of the entire area and you miss the sparkles, you can just go back through every single node, and you can just look at the node on the overworld map, and whichever node is sparkling, that's where it is. All the again stuff is Water Week also. Yep, because we just had swimsuit units, so it's all gonna be Water Week. Oh, Yachu, if you have Yachu with all 3 of her crystals, is gonna be so good. Like, Yachu's crystals are some of the best out there. Maybe I overvalued her EX a little bit, I'm gonna be honest about that, but even so, she's really good. You definitely want to have a Yachu against this content if you have her, and you don't have any of the other characters that would be good here. Still kind of sucks that there's like silence in between all of these fights now. Like, if I put my own music on, I'm gonna have to repeatedly turn music on, turn music off, turn music on, turn music off, like the entire time. So, we still have sound effects, so I don't know. But yeah, I assume that not many people have actually rolled for Holy Mami either. Very understandable. It's probably better for most people not to roll for her, because like I said, half anniversary is coming up. We might probably get Akuma Homura within the next 2 months is my guess. 2 or 3 months. Because we're gonna get Rebellion soon. And with Rebellion, we're definitely gonna get Akumura after that. So because of that, I think it's probably better for most people to actually save for Akumura instead. A lot of people also want Nagisa. So that's another character that you probably want. Now people play this for strictly Mami only. Here's the interesting part though. Mami is actually not that popular of a character compared to Madoka and Homura. Like, Madoka and Homura each have about twice as many fans as Mami, for example. So It's not even that Mami is the one that sells so much. It's just that because she's in Maya Record and because she has a certain reputation, it makes sense that they threw some Mami gachas out there. But purely, strictly on popularity, Madoka and Homura are by far the most popular ones. And depending on the time of the day, Sayaka and Kyoko are also actually more popular than Mami. We did some surveys on our Discord server, and on those surveys, there have been years where we did the survey where Mami was the least popular of the Polymagi Holy Quintet. I think there were like 2 years or something in there where she was the least popular. Like, Mami is not nearly as popular as people think she is. She just has a reputation. Yeah, Mami fans have a lot of money because Mami fans are kind of crazy. Mami easily has the most craziest and most loudest fans out there. Like, you don't see people just randomly interrupt someone else's conversation to talk about Sayaka, for example. But you will see people randomly interrupt other people's conversation to instead talk about Mami. It's like, hey, can we talk about Mami instead? Or, and it's the other interesting part, or talk about Nagisa instead. Like, Nagisa and Mami have like the loudest fans, I would say. While fans for other characters are usually not that loud. I would say that Kyoko probably has the most chill fans out there. They've probably taken that directly from Kyoko. Oh yeah, they absolutely all have expensive merch. Oh, you're here. Welcome to the stream, man. You didn't miss that much. I just did some Holy Mami rolls. We didn't get her, but that's okay. Our Ren is crazy now because we got a Ren Ascension. Yeah. Kyoko's not even the craziest person. She's actually really chill. My face is gonna be itchy today because it's so hot. It is well over 30 degrees in the shadow today. So that's not good. Even if you're inside with windows open and with fans blowing, it's still, you're still sweating inside, and that's yeah, not good. Actually, been on walk today, and it's so bad. I was on a run today for yesterday for 2 hours, and the weird part is, since I was running through the woods, it wasn't actually that bad because the woods are basically, you're always in shade when you're running through the woods, and you always have plenty of air brushing against you when you're running. So it actually felt colder running through the woods than it did just standing somewhere where the sun was hitting you. Like, I was sweating more when I was standing around afterwards on like some track and field track that I ended the runs than when I was running through the woods. Why am I running through the woods? Because I live in Germany, and when you live in Germany, at least in most places, in most towns in Germany, if you just walk outside the town for just a step, you're just in the woods. Like, if you looked at a satellite image of my town, it's just a little blob of town in the middle and like a huge blob of woods around it. So yeah, and running in town is like boring, it's like bullshit, like don't do that. So yeah. I hope there wasn't a lot of bug bites. There are some. I do have some bug bites, but it's not that bad. But yeah, it actually doesn't feel that hot when you're running through the woods. Both because of the shade and because of the wind. Most of the heat is gonna come from your body, of course, at that point. But it does mean that my legs are kind of fucked today. Like, my legs, they barely work today, which is okay, because I don't have to use my legs today. I can just sit down, listen to cabin in the woods, hours away from everyone. I know multiple people that do live in a cabin in the woods. So it's not even that crazy in Germany. Like, some people just do that. One of my childhood friends lived like a ways out from the village, like in the woods, in a giant mansion, because that guy's grandpa owned like a huge company. Okay, not that huge, but like locally huge company. So he just had a mansion in the woods. That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, we're actually going to be finishing these portals today, I think. Is I think going to be finishing all of these today? Ah yes, well, that's cute. That's right, AQ. You're completely correct about that. Do they have to increase the amount of bonuses, or like not increase? They have to change the amount of bonuses that Puella Pictura level up gives, because they used to give you more bonuses to your, for example, to your support Kyoko, where your support Kyoko would give you more stats per Puella Pictura rank. They're gonna do more of that, where it also gives you more stats for your Puella Pictura rank. Say on finishing those portraits, why not? It would be very easy. Wait, one more part, so it isn't the final chapter. I see, that's what you mean with not finishing the portraits. So I was right. I was right this with the first half. I don't know how many people saw this, but when I did my when I did the announcement post for the news, I actually wrote in the news that this was only the first half of the finale. I wrote that in the news, and then I edited it, that it wasn't the first half of the news, but just the news, because I wasn't sure about it. I thought they said it was the first half of the news, and not the entire news, but I wasn't entirely certain, so I just changed it again. But yeah, you can probably still see that that post was edited. Oh, what is this? Could this be a fight against some magical girl? Hello, William and Panda. I am indeed doing the record story. We're about to beat up a helpless person. With no music. Let me get you some music. A crazy person. We have an absolutely crazy person who everyone wants to beat up. How about this one? Let's see. Come on. There you go. This is gonna be done in like a round. We need to fight Waffle? We're not fighting. Are we gonna fight for Pokesnaft again? Like, we don't. Like, I know it happened in the story, but we don't have to. Like, we can just fight Eve again. Just gonna tag the counter. Bye bye. When is he gonna stream Toho? Yes, the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, I'm gonna be streaming Toho 20 for the entire day. And because Toho 20 is in Japanese, I'm gonna be doing my best to live translate as much as I can to you guys and read out what the characters are saying in Japanese. However, because I'm only like N3, which is like medium, it's like intermediate level, I'm gonna have to be looking up most of the words. Not most of the words, but a lot of the words. So it's not gonna be like completely fluid, me just reading out the text, but I will be able to at least give you guys what the characters are saying. I don't think they're going to pull a Neo-Dorothy motherfucker on us. By the way, to everyone who doesn't know, there is a form of a witch that only appears in the anime, doesn't actually appear in the game. For Magi Record, but in the Magi Record anime there's a form of a witch that only appears in the anime, and that form is called officially Neo-Dorothy motherfucker. I kid you not, because there's witch runes that appear when the witch appears, and of course the witch runes show you the name of the witch, and the witch runes read out a Neo-Dorothy motherfucker. And there's also other witch runes that appear later that just read out fuck. So yeah. They had to change the, like, in the archive, though, it's not written as that in the archive, because I guess for the archive it would have been a bit too much to put it in there as the archive. But, yeah. So this is where Yachio solos Mami, by the way. To all the people saying like Yatsuo is like Mami is like really powerful. Like people who rank Mami's power level really high, higher than Yatsuo. Like people who rank Mami higher than Yatsuo in power rankings haven't played Mega Record, because in Mega Record, in this scene right here, Yatsuo solos Mami. And this is a powered up Mami. Like this is Mami plus an Uwasa that makes her more powerful. So Yatsuo soloed a powered up Mami. So yeah, Yatsuo is way more powerful than Mami, by the way. Just saying. I mean, I'm not one to do power level discussions, but if we are doing power level discussions, Yatsuo is above Mami. Like that's not up for debate. My opinion is to feel the anime is so much better. The anime is better written, but it has more blatant issues, sadly. That doesn't have anything to do with writing directly, but rather with the way it was created, like with the production of the anime and with the with how short it is. It had to be. There's a lot of issues with that, like a lot of production issues, but also production issues just writing wise, it is so much better than the game story, in my opinion. Oh my god, look at that. It's another character. So this magical girl will be added to the game as well at some point, but we don't know when. We hope at some point she will be. There are so many Mega Record characters that are missing that are gonna be like people said, oh like, yeah, like after this it's either gonna be Tard or it's gonna be Rebellion and story and then Tard. I don't actually think Tard is gonna be that soon after Rebellion, simply because there's so many Mega Record characters we still need. Like there's like 4 or 5 different Mega Record characters from Arc 1 that are still gonna be 5-star characters, right? And then all of the other characters that are 4-star characters and 3-star characters. We have enough characters just from Mega Record Part 1 that we just skipped past already, that we have enough for like another half year. So yeah. Yatsuo also solos Homura and Madoka. She does not solo Homura. Like Homura and Mami fought to a draw with Homura not having her power. Like Homura without her power is the weakest of all characters, because she like relies entirely on her power. And she still fought Mami to a draw without her power, so yeah. I think Homura with power is like way more powerful than anything you can imagine. Like Homura with time stop, I don't think anyone can beat that. So yeah, there it is, look at that, it's the thing. It's the thing. Kind of weird that it appears now after all of this right here, because isn't that supposed to go the other way around? Are we supposed to go to the hotel first? And then the other way, whatever. They kind of swapped the story around to make it like fit into one episode, I guess. Yeah, keep in mind, by the way, the entire line to Homura. First, you can only do that if you actually know how Homura's power works, and if you catch her off guard with it, which neither of that is like a fair fight. Like, if we're talking about fair fight, I don't think anyone can beat Homura. Like, I literally think everyone loses to Homura in a fair fight, because the only way to beat her is to not be in a fair fight. So where we don't go inside the mansion, yeah. But we can have tons of events and side stories inside the mansion, right? I feel like, by the way, the developers are so fucking done with Mega Record, like generally, because they did the original story that they then had to rewrite before the game was released, because we know there was a story right before the game released. So they had to write it a second time. Then we know that they did the anime, which sadly from a production standpoint was a total fucking shit show. Then we have the manga of it. We have, I think there's even 2 mangas of it, because we have another story manga as well. Then they uploaded the entire thing to YouTube, meaning they uploaded the entire thing again to YouTube. There's a stage play that shows you the entire story. And now they're doing the story again in fucking etc. If I'm the developer, I wouldn't even do Mega Record. I would just say, dude, there's so many other ways, please just watch it on YouTube or something. Let's just do something else, right? Like, the developers must be so fucking tired of doing Mario Record again and again and again. These developers at this point will never be done doing Mario Record again. Like, I would be so fucking done with the story if I was the developers. Still waiting for the release of Devil Homeworld. Like I said, it's probably gonna be in about 2 months. Probably less. Maybe. I don't know, could be less. Not sure. That's a nice little sound. We make it again in 20 years for sort online like thing. Akumuda will definitely be limited, but Nagisa will not be. Because why would Nagisa be limited? They're only doing limited for seasonal alts. Or like highly special alts. Right? Like Akuma Homura and Marokami, they're extremely special alts. By the way, you can see that the sparkle is here because you can see. Like I'm going to show you guys, for everyone who doesn't know this. I went through the stage and there was a sparkle on the stage and I didn't get it. And no one said anything on stage, but no one said anything in chat, by the way. But you can see this node is sparkling. This node is sparkling, which tells you, oh, the sparkle is on this stage. They're chasing 7 years of stories, yeah? Okay, I can see it over there. Bonk. Somehow still triggers Mami in Scene 0. Yeah, but the thing about Mami is that it's like really hard not to trigger her because it's just Mami. Like, Mami just has a bad day one day where she like, she tries to get out of bed and she accidentally falls out of bed. And then she's like, well, I guess I have to kill everyone now. That's just Mami for you. You have battle again, that means music. Yes. Too bad the music is gonna be done in like a second. Which Pokemon character would you like to see add as a 3-4-star character the most? I almost want to say Shizuku, but I actually want Shizuku to be the 5-star, even though I know it's not gonna happen. I would say... Give me Ayaka. Give me Ayaka. Come on. I'll also take Emiri. Emiri, Ayaka, both of them are really good choices. Kanako also. Like these three will be my top choices. Guessing Whisper 3-5 stars? Somewhat, but I'm like, it's pretty clear they're gonna be adding a lot of side characters as 3 and 4 stars soon. Don't know exactly when, but very soon. I'm pretty certain they're gonna add more. Like the Maga report or Magyar, etc. has already hinted towards getting more low rarity characters, so I'm pretty certain they're gonna be here. Does Stream have the monthly? You probably mean Steam. Steam does not have Magia Pass. You have to be on mobile to do it. However, you could install the game on mobile, then link, like you have your account linked, and you just, yeah, you like, what does you do? You, I think it's about transfer data. You transfer data to your mobile, and when you're on mobile, you can then do the monthly subscription, and then go back with your account onto Steam. And then on Steam, you still have the subscription running while you're on Steam. Like, it does work that way. But yeah, you have to be on mobile, get the subscription, and then go back to Steam. Don't forget to link your account, of course. Otherwise it doesn't work. The reason that it isn't on Steam is because Steam does not allow games to have monthly recurring payments. At least not from within the game. And it would be from within the game, so they can't do that. Devil Hall, oh my gosh, okay, Mami will put it in. We all love Mami. I love Mami as well. I think it's one of the most underrated characters out there. I feel like the process of remodeling and animating will be too much work to add that many background characters. I don't think it's actually that much work because it's already very clear what everyone's design is. So they don't have to ideate or come up with new designs or have to figure out how stuff works. They already know exactly how to make every single character. So I think it's actually not nearly as much work as people think it is. It's still a lot of work, yes, but very, very doable. Real demon wasn't Cubase but Steam. I wouldn't say that Steam is a demon for not allowing monthly payments like that. I would say that they're doing a good thing. We're kind of sucked if most games would be able to just do that. Mention Mori lets me sub the monthly sub the 3-star thingy on Steam? From within the game app? That's weird. Huh. At least they can't do it through Steam's payment options, is the thing. Like you can't, I don't think you can use like Steam funds for that, for like the monthly payments. Hey Tian Sweets, how's it going? You're working on how to mess up everyone's elements. I mean, like getting most of them correct. So they don't have to do what they redesign everyone's swimsuit and one new ones look more like hers. Okay, movie, the other two. Personally, I think they look a little better. Yeah, but on one hand, they look closer to what they look like in the movie. On the other hand, I think they just look better. Mami having metal plates all over her body was just really weird. Like, why would you have metal plates on a swimsuit? So I think that part does look better. I have indeed heard of Twisted Wonderland. It's the same developers that made Mario Record. Use PayPal for it. Huh, I see. It's nice having music. Don't get used to the music, it's gone again. You could have done it, Marcus, enough if it wasn't for that game. What do you mean if it wasn't for that game? What happened with Just Wonderland? You don't like the belt though? Yeah. That part is weird. So wait, Katie, does that mean because one of the developers, not even the main developer, but one of the developers working on etc. also worked on Twisted Wonderland, that's why you don't want to play etc.? Because that doesn't have anything to do with etc. because then they're not even the main developers. Is creator of Black Butler involved? Oh. Did I get Holy Mami? Nope. But I got something much better. I got Ren A4. Much better than Holy Mami. It's because you're too deep into Twisted Wonderland. Oh, I see, I see. Well, that is understandable. You worry about storage on iPad? It's much better to play on PC anyway. Like generally on like, an actual PC. Extension for a portrait I'm not gonna use, like ever. We're already at battle 19. Hello Crystal X, how is it going? This is gonna, oh man, it's gonna suck on Nightmare Mode, because in Nightmare Mode, all these battles are gonna take much longer, then it's gonna be instant wins. The biggest problem for him is that she's a dark version of Oriko and is competing against one of the two best attackers in the game, and is also the best dark attacker. Yeah, yeah. She wouldn't have to worry about competition if she was just Void. That's literally it. If she was just Void, she would actually be much better. Okay, by the way, I think there's only like 20, like say only, there is 22 normal nodes, and then I think 23 is the boss. Something like that, maybe? But what do I do? Mifuyu? Yeah, Mifuyu is now the one character who may actually be the first void attacker. And it's kind of sad there's not gonna be another attacker, but it kind of makes sense for every single element to get at least one attacker. Because it's just really important, like extremely important for damage, that you have an attacker of the correct element. Like when it comes to buffers, having a buffer of the correct element as the enemy is nice for surviving a little bit longer, but it's not required. If the buffer is not the correct element, yeah, whatever, right? And it's like that for most characters, for most roles. But for attackers specifically, attackers need to be of the correct element for you to do any amount of good damage, especially on harder content. Like on Chaos mode, you do 80% less damage if you're not of the correct element. So it makes a lot of sense that they would quickly push out attackers for every single element, so that there's now ways for you to have an attacker of every element. That said, it is kind of weird now that they had such a good opportunity to actually have the final coverage with having a void attacker in Holy Mami, and they didn't do it. And now Mifuyu might not actually be an attacker. So, I think they kind of missed their opportunity there. Like both Holy Mami and the game's balance generally I think would have been much better served if Holy Mami was void type instead of dark. Kind of thought that Holy Mami doesn't have a massive Cheeto Finale. No barrage. Understand why. Yeah, like this animation makes more sense for Holy Mami specifically. Even Dark Breaker. We already have a Dark Breaker who has AoE. So, that would have been also bad, because that's another character you have to compete against. But yeah, they're absolutely rushing through Mario Record, because like I said, at this point they've made the same story like 5 different times, and I think they want to just be fucking done with it, because they can't stand the story anymore. I can't either. Like, how many times now have I seen the exact same Mario Record story again? Like, please, I want something else. We just don't have a dark buffer? Yeah? That would be nice. How second team Mikazuki failed. Attacker, buffer, debuffer, Metal Breaker, healer? Metal I can see being a dark healer. Like another dark healer. Or maybe a void healer even. No, I'm not sure. Or buffer. Yeah, Metal could be a dark buffer actually. Oh, I think we got it, guys. It's here! The move. That's one big move. Devil Homura, I think, is going to be a dark debuffer, but one who is very focused on actually dealing damage. Kind of similar to Swim Sayaka, where Swim Sayaka is a debuffer that actually is kind of like an attacker, but not really. I think Akuma Homura is also going to be a debuffer who is actually just an attacker in disguise. But she's just also going to have debilitating status effects. I would assume she would actually, like, Devil Homura is probably going to have her own special ailment that does crazy stuff. Like, I don't know what, but she would probably have a really crazy special ailment or special debuff that only she has. Oh my god, special music? It's gonna be dark buffer? Yeah, that could very much be possible. Oh no, this thing's gonna die in a turn. Like a debuff name, autocoming attacker, yeah? I could see her be a debuffer who makes enemies, like who puts a debuff on the enemy that makes the enemy take more crits. Or maybe also an ailment that if the enemy gets attacked, everyone on the team receives a tiny bit of healing. Like a connection of what, like imagine you have both the ailment that makes enemies, like that makes allies who attack her receive healing, and a debuff that makes enemies who, that makes allies who attack the enemy more likely to crit. Because that would be, it would be like in style for Homoda herself to do something like that. And of course it would be synergy with Madokami. And then she would just have a lot of personal damage on top of all of that. Yeah, I didn't get a single attack. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry if you didn't get a single attack. Oh no. Oh no. Well, we don't know what she does yet, and we won't know until Nightmare, because Battle Mob is just gonna skip everything. With Akuma Homine would be the first character to place of break effect, since their attacks look like breaking glass. Like glass breaking. Oh. Possible? Yeah, I could see that being possible. Well, they're gonna watch the next time preview. Because it really is just gonna be the fight against Eve, right? And it's like, I guess also doing Valp again. It's gonna be a repeat of Valp and Eve. And I think that's gonna be just the finale. Oh my god. You're gonna see it on Nightmare, don't worry about it. This is indeed Shallow Yume no... what was the last one? I think I saw it well enough. Was Shallow Asai? Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. I think it might have been yes, Shallow is Asai. So I actually read that correctly. Asai Yume no... No, Asaki Yume no... something. I don't know what the last one was. Hey, we got another Puella Pictura. Let's talk about it. Yeah, Asaki Akatsuki. Oh, that was the last one. Oh yeah, that was... So that was that last kanji was Scarecrow next to Sun. Which, yeah, is Sunrise.
理想を求めて現実に溺れるこのモヤモヤはここで横になっていやむしろ肥大化してモヤモヤどうしたらいいのキラキラのならもう永久もそれが君の結論だとここで記憶の窓を見るのはその場合
No, don't be the end.
永久がいなくなる
What do we have? Do we think they might release multiple versions of Mabayu? Nah, I don't think so. But all seasonal alts, we might get swimsuit Mabayu next year. Who knows? Maybe, who knows? Time to skip everything in Battler. Before we do that, let me actually just... No, you wouldn't be able to see it. Like on standard, it doesn't show that there will be something back here. Yeah. Hey yo, Momotama, how's it going? Maybe 8 Irohan Yashiro's head, yeah. Were the two women in that picture? I don't... You mean in this Puella Pictura? No one knows. No one knows. We love an entire team of just Mabayu. Eventually, if the game lives for long enough, we'll probably see it at some point. Just gotta have the game live long enough. Okay, we need music for this. I'm just gonna put something on. Oh my god, look at that, it's the move. This move is immortal. By the way, I'm so certain they're gonna increase the cap on this at some point from +5 to +10 or something on every single portrait, because otherwise there's no fucking reason to still have portrait materials. Like I have thousands of portrait materials for nothing. And also it feels like the portrait system still needs something else to it. Like, I don't know, anything else to it, because the portrait system feels extremely underbaked. On occasion you lost your phone, you got a new phone, you have a lot of gems to collect. Well, hopefully you get that soon. Because how else will this game survive if Teen Sweets isn't here to give money to the developers? Sakuya, we're gonna get Sakuya when Arc 2 happens. Bridal version Masakoko, ooh. It's not, don't think about just alts that we already had in Mega Record. Think about alts we can still get that weren't even in Mega Record. Like, sky's the limit. Combat upgrades for PvE, lots of stuff they can do that people saw you. Feel hard about old content. Yeah, they're gonna repeatedly do that, where they just add new stuff to the game that also makes earlier content more easy to beat. Goto and Hana. I don't think there's gonna be duos. Like, I still don't think they're ever gonna make duos, sadly. But like 2 individual alts, yeah. Well, that's another skip right there. I'm really sorry we're not gonna even go into that boss fight. Man, what a tough battle that was. Phew, I'm sweating. Okay, I'm actually just sweating because it's hot, but yeah. This Sunday, I'm gonna be streaming on Sunday as well, by the way. This year from Minago Reward. That is a very fun fact. Super new excited would be really funny to work. Won't be able to see anything. Yeah. But yeah, I do think they're gonna make like duo units only insofar that it's just 2 alts on the same banner. Which, by the way, if you do treat duo units like that, then in a way, Tsukuyo and Tsukasa were already a duo unit. Which arguably they are. Battle is really short. Who's the 2 first bosses? Holy Mami. Holy Mami who dies instantly because Holy Mami is weak, really weak, haha. Sorry, Muth, we're not gonna fight you today. And that's a level up. Now, I'm not gonna spend my QP, although usually I would be spending my QP right now because of the level up, but we have stuff to go do. So we got some Mem Sparks. Let's look at Pura. Whoa. Keys. Oh, we might actually still get a 5 stars this stream from the gacha, because we kind of didn't get many 5 stars from the gacha, but we could still get some from the keys. Who knows? Okay, time for Nightmare. But yeah, I think the final Puella Pictura will be, the final window will be very short, at least compared to this. Probably even shorter than the Wild Pogesnacht one. Also, this is really surreal to see. I'm above the recommended level for Nightmare mode. They're gonna add any 5-star flame units who aren't attackers? Someday. Someday they will. So, then it's gonna absolutely destroy these guys. And so will Sayaka. Big wave!
続けます
Yeah, you guys don't want to actually attack me because you're just gonna get countered.
続けます避けられないわよ続けますここで決めるわよお願い
I think it's called Minami Ward. I've forgotten what of Kanehama. Isn't it like technically the biggest ward? Because Minami is the entire port. What do you think the first window of Arc 2 will be? The windows of Arc 2 are going to be the Kimochi. So it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be one window per Kimochi. So whoever the first Kimochi was, that will be the first window. It kind of works out pretty well to have like one window per Kimochi, basically, for most of the story. And then you can have... What do you have at the very end? Not quite sure what you have at the very end. But yeah, for the most part, it just works out that way. What do you mean what's going with the portrait? I didn't even see the portrait. What's the portrait again? Let me check. Oh yeah, no, that's just a massage. That's just a massage, don't worry about it. You're like getting a back rub. Haven't you gotten a back rub like that before and you went, oh... Like that's kind of normal, right? Just what naturally happens if you see me for you. Well, I wouldn't go that far. You think of rerolling? I'm too deep now. Yeah, I don't think rerolling makes sense in most cases, or like ever. Because you just get so much stuff for just playing the game that not playing the game or missing out on time playing the game is usually much worse than just trying to fish for better rerolls. Much worse for you, right? So you wouldn't want to do it? I don't know. Oh my god, look at that! They actually look really cool when there's like Quicksilver. Like, I never reroll, and I always have strong accounts. Like, I always have accounts that are much stronger than people who have spent a similar amount of money than me. Usually because I just don't reroll, which means that I have more stuff in my account. Generally, I just have more. Because I didn't just randomly reroll after multiple months. Regret rerolling on an account basically every 5-star? Yeah, like, why would you do that? Like, and Toka and Nemu are standard, so you don't have to roll for them anyway. Basically, every single person who's ever rerolled like after they've already played the game for a month has regretted it afterwards, or was in a worse spot than if they didn't. Like, it never actually is helpful. It is always detrimental if you've played the game for like longer than a month already. Because you're never gonna make up for that 1 month. Like, having 1 or 2 better characters at the start is not gonna make up for that 1 month you lost. Even worse if it's more than a month. Their attack animations are funny. I haven't even seen them yet before because they didn't actually get a turn on normal. They're still barely getting a turn. They're just dying. The reason I consider it is because I don't have Pluvia, which has been stuck with Lux and Skuyo. Just play Lux with Iruha. I mean, that's still good. I mean, they're still strong characters. Like, it shouldn't stop you from beating any content. Music back. Nice. Just be patient here, I'm very unlucky to the free tempo period. Almost every standard banner now. A lot of people are very close to having all standard characters just because if you play the game for long enough, you'll just get them. Like eventually they'll come if you just play long enough. On your third account you can see just missing Homer. Oh. Yeah, this is gonna. These fights are not gonna be anything of any amount of trouble until way later. We actually have the bosses. The bosses are also gonna go down really fast because this team is way too cracked. Like this is one of the, among some of the strongest teams you can even make for general content. So yeah, this is gonna be extremely one-sided on the bosses as well. You worried about the banner sounds and how to get characters, so it's necessary for them to increase the on-banner 5-star drop rate. I don't think so. They're already giving out plenty of like 5-star key shards, especially with link rate. Link rate also gives a ton of 5-star key shards, by the way. So you're just getting a lot more 5-star characters generally. They do banners like Maruhomo banner at the start of the game. Yeah. They could also do that again, yeah. What portraits am I using? Well, I'll show you in a second. Gonna matter if Justin and Madoka might get you 5-star. Yeah, Pluvia is kinda good. So let's see. I have the very standard lineup. Attack percent for the attacker. Then speed for basically everyone. And maybe defender can have defense instead. It's like the most straightforward lineup you can think of. Theoretically you could also put speed on Ren, but it's not really that important. But yeah, theoretically you would also be putting attack on her, which would look something like, where is it? Probably this one. That's really low base attack actually. How much is the void attack actually? It's a good question. Do we actually have void attack? Can have elemental weakness? Wait, enhancement level. No, that is the correct ones. Why does it feel like I'm missing something? Where's the void attack one? There hasn't been a void attack one? Huh? Really? Okay, I guess so. I really thought there was a void attack one at some point. Well, never mind then. Whatever. But yeah. Yeah, you could also use MP as well. Plus 15% high defense portrait, better for defender. I don't think so entirely. Base defense doesn't scale in the same way that base attack does, so yeah. Oh, you mean 50% MP? Yeah, you can also use the MP, but it's not really that important, to be fair. Like Hideka doesn't need to have special that often, because her using special more often doesn't really do that much for you. Like, she's not someone who gets much from having special multiple times. I think it's much more important for her for her shields to be stronger. Stop using Zaka because she felt weak shield-wise. Yeah, she has to ramp up first. Like, you need to get to a maximum stack. So if she reaches at least A2, she basically gets another 20% defense up just passively, so that helps a lot with the shields as well. But because you fought base defense skill, like base attack, it kinda doesn't. One 7. This is gonna take a while. You know, the thing about main story is that if I wasn't be streaming this, then I would just have it on my second monitor while I do other stuff. Like playing Age of Empires instead, but instead we're just gonna watch our characters beat the ever-living crap out of all of these characters, including Holy Mami in a second, because I know we're actually close to the Holy Mami fight already. So this Holy Mami will be very sad. This will be one of the saddest Holy Mummies you've ever seen, because she'll get absolutely destroyed. From 22 on standard to 10 on nightmare. Yeah. Is it really 10? I think you mean on Battler it was 10, right? I think on Nightmare's gonna be more. Because doesn't Nightmare also have the extra thingies that aren't on Battler? I don't remember. Was Holy Mami a blaster in Mario Record? No. She was, I think, sort of a weird mishmash character that was supposed to be about status ailments and then using your magia, but it all kind of sucked, to be fair. Still don't know who these people are. No one knows. Puera picultura! Hey, puera picultura! We like it. So do you have the extra notes? Yeah, you still have the extra notes on Nightmare. I don't remember if you had them on Battler. Yes, I told Holy Mami to get absolutely shreked. Did get Holy Mami. Sadly, I did not get Holy Mami, but I got something much better, which is an A4 Ren. So now my Ren is absolutely cracked because she's A4. And that Ascension effect at the very bottom is kind of overpowered. So yeah, this Mami is going to get absolutely destroyed. Let me just check her what she actually does. By the way, soon this right here will actually show you the actual resistances. And by the way, you can see Vortex resistance. They added Vortex. They added Vortex because before Holy Swimsuit Sayaka was released, no one had Vortex resistance because of course Vortex wasn't a thing. But now she actually, now all of the enemies that release from now on do actually have Vortex resistance. But it means older characters don't, like older enemies don't have Vortex resistance. That's kind of funny. So yeah, ability foregrounds to actions, deals dark enemies, damage decrease on targets, chance to curse, deals dark damage to a single enemy, stuns for 1 turn, enemy 2 times, restores HP, grants 3 actions for 2 turns. Yeah, nothing special here, we're just gonna absolutely destroy her. Oh, we missed the wound. That's very sad. Yeah, nothing bad. Oh, I should have used the thing actually. We need another one of these. We still missed the wound. Oh my god, 80% ailment resistance. Ailment hit rate is not enough. Damn. I'll just use Homer actually on the stage. I'm not gonna change team because that would be kind of boring. Oduma's Holy Mami Fused, by the way, she's fused with the rumor of the Kamehama Holy Saint. She's not even breaking our shields, like what? She's weak as fuck. I really want the wound.
もっとやれるんです
Is she 100% resistant to wound? It's gotta be 100% at this point. I missed it 3 times with 80% aiming hit rate. We're not gonna quite break before that. The boss is about to die and it's not even broken yet. Huh. Maybe we can still hit a wound. I still don't know if I hit that wound or not. If Holy Mami is a doppel. She's not a doppel, she is a Wasa fusion. But yeah, I'm starting to get the feeling that Holy Mami might have like close to 100%, if not 100% wound resistance. Because our Ren has 80% ailment hit rate and we still miss like 3 wounds. It's kind of insane. Was it the room? What is the rumor of the Kamihama Holy Saint anyway? It's nothing specific, it's just there's a rumor that there's a saint. That's it, that's the rumor. And yeah, it's not Christmas related specifically. Like, Holy Mami generally is not Christmas related at all. The devs just decided to make her a Christmas unit, and that's about it. Okay, certainly now we can hit a wound, right? Let me check if she has a different moveset now, by the way. She does! Every 5 turns, she's not gonna get 5 turns. Greatly decreases debuff effects used by all enemies. Yeah, greatly decrease does not mean immune. Damage increase on target. Okay, the actions seem to be the same, so yeah, nothing too different. Please just hit a wound. Yeah, good. Now, sadly, we can't actually check how much the defense has been reduced by. Because there's just no way of knowing the enemy stats anyway, so it doesn't show. It doesn't tell you how much debuff effects are reduced. I assume a 90%, because usually it's 90% if it says something like that. Not that it makes much of a difference. He's the worst faster DPS. Holy Mami? I don't think so at all. Tsuzukimasu. Yeah, Holy Mami is actually pretty decent. The worst one is probably Momoko, to be fair, or Kyoko. Either Oriko or Kyoko are the worst ones. Not Oriko, either Momoko or Kyoko are the worst ones, and they're both the fire attackers. The fire attackers just, they pulled the fucking short end of the straw. So, am I supposed to be difficult? Is Mami the best buffer? I think probably Mami, specifically once she becomes A2, is the best buffer. Oh, you saw me, that's just kind of sad. I guess we have to Tsuzukimasu. The boss is still going to die before it gets broken. Big wave. Dude, she can't do anything. She's just getting shreked. Yeah, she's dead. She didn't even get broken and she's dead. Bye bye, Holy Mami. You won't be missed. You won't be missed. By the way, apparently the nightmare stories are kind of weird. Because I think this nightmare story is about Me For You. I think they're playing like a board game with Mifuyu, and then Mifuyu wins a massage from Alina. Because I think that's where the portrait is from. That they're like intentionally letting Mifuyu win a board game so that she can win a massage from Alina. That's the way it is. Yeah, Momoko and Kyoko both dropped back to back, and both of them are kind of bad. Like, Kyoko can be good, and Momoko can be good, but only under very specific circumstances, and they both have massive drawbacks. Like, Kyoko is only good if it's against bosses that can reach at least 350% break bonus, which a lot of bosses don't. So already against a lot of bosses, she can't reach potential, and Momoko has such an extremely high amount of MP requirement to use her special at the same time being extremely slow that it's extremely difficult to just get a single special out at all. So yeah, it's just really hard for Momoko to actually do much. So both of these are theoretically in some cases really good, and both of these are in practice kind of shit because it's just too specific when they're gonna be good. When I go to battle, usually mark your skill on Mami. Normal does skill 2 times the no DPS. Mami is probably the worst target for Mawayu. The best target is probably gonna be your breaker. Because Pluvia, for example, Mabayu, oh my god, is gonna instantly break everyone. And then of course after that it would be attacker. Like double attacker. Kaide best healer or not? 2 or not? 2 or not? No. Yeah, I would say Kaide. Kaide probably best healer. Doppel Iroha was kind of not great for a long time, but the EX I think really helped out, or generally Crystallis helped out Doppel Iroha a lot, because Doppel Iroha's biggest drawback is the fact that she can't cleanse ailments. But even outside of that, the problem is that her buffs aren't big enough to make up for the fact that her heals are shit. But now her heals are no longer shit because Crystallis gives more heal bonuses. So now you can make your heals really good, but at the same time the Crystallis also, her EX, gives her much better buffs. So now she both has much better buffs and she can heal much better. So now the only downside Doppel Iroha has is that she can't cleanse ailments, but if you don't need to cleanse ailments, she's really good. I would actually say that Doppel Iroha is the best healer in any fight where you don't need to cleanse ailments. It's just that most fights that are really difficult, that require a healer, also have ailments on it. So it's kind of sad. But overall I would say Kaide's best healer, yes. Kaide also has the MP recovery, yes, but Kaide's MP recovery is tied to the skill, which requires, of course, a skill point, and only hits 3 targets, and her special, which I think has a decently high MP cost if I remember correctly, so it's not actually that hard. It's actually not that easy to get. I recommend to farm XP. Well, the only place where you can farm XP, which is the QP quest, like the enhancement quests, where you do XP. It's not how much you heal, but how much the specific character healing, right? No, I think healing bonus is how much that character gives healing. Yeah, it also gives MP, but it has a really high cost for Kaide. Like a really high MP cost. I'm saying that just generally for increasing the party's output, Doppel Iroha is usually better by quite a bit, especially if you have her EX. Poor me for you. You say poor, but she's getting a nice massage. Why wouldn't that be bad? But really, this is all Mifuyu's fault anyway, because even though she's the oldest and the veteran in that team, she lets herself be bossed around by actual 9-year-olds. Or 11 or whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah. She is very much a fail girl. Don't worry, Tea and Sweets. According to the manga record story, Even though there's this giant witch, two giant witches that are destroying huge portions of the city and throwing buildings and crashing through buildings, according to the Mag Record story, no one died because they evacuated everyone beforehand. Because, of course, it works to just randomly evacuate millions of people because some 11-year-olds are telling you to do that. And even so, even when you know there's earthquakes and tsunamis, we all know that people always get evacuated, like entirely, that everyone actually leaves, right? We know that there's not people who actually stay behind despite evacuation orders, right? You know. And also, to where? Yeah, that's a very good question right there. But yeah, apparently someone just hit the button that says evacuate and just magically millions of people got evacuated to some safe place immediately. Every single one of them. Yeah, don't worry about it because like the story says technically no one died. Billionaire, more like millionaire, but even so, that doesn't matter. If even the entire government can't evacuate even 90% of people, like no, this is not happening. Like, it is straight up just bad writing, but Arc 1 is full of bad writing, to be fair. Nemo used the rumor for perfectly evacuated city. So if it's a rumor, that means it's not true. Check something. There we go. If you think about it, Mami is the best go-to. As a buffer, yes. I would say that Mami is the best buffer. There are a lot of magic goes there, so some kind of magic synergy could be used to do it. Yeah, I think even with magic you can't really do that, like, at all. Also, if magic was used, wouldn't there be like a huge commotion about it afterwards? Wouldn't that be like a huge deal if suddenly an entire city population got relocated temporarily by magic? Wouldn't that shatter everything that humanity currently knows about the world? I don't think you can just do that. By the way, welcome everyone to the stream that's joined in the meantime, because I've seen a lot of new faces in chat as well. Welcome to the stream. I hope that either your Holy Mami rolls went fine if you rolled for her, or you just decided not to roll for her and instead save for Akuma Homura, who is coming probably within the next 2 months, I would assume. My character's death count compared to PMMM, specifically in relation to this amount of characters, it's impressively low. No one dies in Mago Record. Arc 1, that is. Yeah, no one dies. So, yeah. Not even random NPCs. Not even background characters. Not even the random civilians. While the city gets destroyed, die in Mago Record, because the writing just says they don't. And if the writer says they do, then that's true. If Kamiyama citizens hurt a 11-year-old over a giant mic, they would probably go to where that little kid is and then beat that kid up because it's still coming. I like you and she because magic ghosts don't usually have that creepy vibe. Yeah, I agree. People know about magic in the end since they saw Ira's Shine Blast. I don't think it's quite that simple. But yeah, the anime it's a whole different beast. There is a fight in the past, yeah, but that's in the past. I don't think that really counts if they're already dead when the story begins. Ouch. Big wave? Exactly. Extra stages like these used to be difficult at some point. And then development happened. Yet generally you have to kind of hand wave that regular people somehow don't find out about magic. All the active faction heroes should be 5 stars. Most active characters should be 5 stars. Okay, we're almost there. It's either the last or second to last node. Of the normal nodes, I mean. And then we can do score attack, which I'm going to one-shot, of course, because of course I'm going to do it right. Is he actually the best water DPS? Probably? Yeah, probably. Is there a new fear at the end of the standard Windows story? I don't know. Doctor, that's in side stories. I mean, in side stories there are other characters that have died. We're talking about main story. Okay, please be a boss after this so we can get it done. It's been over 1.5 hours to this point. Jesus. There's gonna be another 4-star characters. Yeah, there's gonna be tons and tons of new 4-star characters, like an absolutely insane amount of 4-star characters. We don't even have a fourth of all the manga record characters, by the way. We have less than 1/4 of all the manga record characters. There is an insane amount. We're missing, like, just for Arc 1, we're missing about half the characters for Arc 1. Like, the story, like, Arc 1 is about to end, and we still haven't seen half the characters in the gacha. Who the fuck is that? Thank you, AQ, that was very interesting. You want to ask Tsuruno? We're gonna get her at some point. She might actually be a 4-star. Maybe not. And now we're going to actually see boss animations. We're gonna actually see boss animations. Wow. And we actually have music again for this. Nice. It's extremely underwhelming at Marie. This isn't the real Eve anyway. I'm gonna say it right there. There's a reason why there's another window after this. This is not the real Eve. Grants 2 actions, increases attack speed and defense with each passing turn. We're gonna kill this thing really fast anyway. Every 3 turns squeeze all enemies MP. Only every 3 turn? I was thinking every turn because this thing spammed MP down otherwise. Deals dark damage to all enemies, damage based on how many buffs everybody makes. Oh, that's not very nice. That's actually very much not nice. Dark damage, curse, deals dark damage, chance to curse, deals damage to resistance for 1 turn. Just annoying, but otherwise doesn't do that much. Yeah, she can't really do much. Like, if, like, at least this form of Eve can't do much. I mean, if the boss does bonus damage if we have buffs, then we'll just tank that damage. Curse is not very nice though. Did that curse just do 100 damage? 100 damage. I think it's missing a 0. I missed the wound. Nice, I got it. And the buff is very important. Yeah, just tank the damage though. Like, if it does bonus damage, what if we just take the bonus damage and tank it? Well, what if we just don't care about the bonus damage? Also, how are we dealing this much damage to the boss already? The boss is about to die. My damage may be really fucking high. I hope she does more. Well, she's about to die, so I don't know. I'm gonna use normal attack here to actually get the... I'm not gonna not kill the boss right now. I could have totally killed the boss there if I did a Madoka skill, but let's actually look at what the boss does. Okay, I'm gonna give the boss one more turn. Oh, look at that, and... that just broke my shield, and that's about it. She did bonus damage based on how many buffs you have. And my team had like 5 or 6 buffs or so. And it just barely broke the shield. And that's it. And that's all the boss did. And now it's back at 73 AV. No, this boss is dead. That's it. That's the fight. But like I said, there's a reason why this is not the final window. There's another window that comes after this, and I assume this next window will be coming early September, mid-September, maybe around there. You get it, your team is broken. It's not just that my team is broken, I think this enemy is like intentionally not very good. Like I think this team is, like this boss is I think intentionally not the real deal. Yeah, the real difficult stuff is in Chaos and Score Attack and all that stuff anyway. Perfecto body, yeah, perfecto body, yeah. Rank 141, that's not a... that's an odd number. You can't just end on an odd number. 141, what? What was your first experience with that? In which I beat it really easily on all difficulties, not because I had a powered up team, but because I played Star Rail before, and Star Rail experience actually helped quite a lot. And then wondered why everyone was saying the boss is really hard. But I get it. I get it. I just didn't get it at the time. Like I said, because I had Star Rail experience, and Star Rail experience actually helped a lot. I want to look at something, so let me make intentionally a much worse team and see how well the fight goes then. Aqua and Dark. Okay, I can go Aqua and Dark. I mean, I know she's A5, but... Okay, we have an A0 defender, that's much better. All of my characters are good though. You got double sustain. And a Felicia. And another debuffer. Like, this is a weird team. This is a really weird team. We don't even have a breaker. Should I go with this? The problem is if I go for a breaker, I would be using Rena, and Rena is way too powerful. Yes, let's go without a breaker. Who needs the speed? I don't know, actually. If you're going to do this, use 4-star? I think no one is going to use 4-star for this though, if you're this far into the game. I can try with 4-star. I'm thinking about which 4-star to use. Wait, no, not this one. Who would I use? I want to use characters that I've actually built. It's just Hazuki.
私しょうがないな。
Yeah, this feels weird. I don't know if is she even built? Kind of? Yeah, no? Yeah, it's kind of built. Go with this? I'm not trusting this Sayaka, by the way.
参謀タイプなんですけど。
Sometimes underwhelming people say, no? Holy Mami is pretty good.
この戦いが上のね、まどかを救うためなら。私が戦わなきゃ。
So the main problem with this team is that my defender is so much worse now that I think I'm gonna have to worry about not actually dying.
大丈夫。奇跡は起きる。
So double Iroha would be easier than Sayaka. So I'm gonna do it with Sayaka for now, and then I'm gonna do it with double Iroha, I would assume, because it is actually easier with double Iroha. So I want to make it a little bit harder. So now I think that Sayaka might actually be not good enough for sustain. We'll see.
じゃあサクっていこう。この調子この調子。気合い入れるよ。いい感じ。さやかちゃん全逃げないでよ。
And I'm gonna intentionally not buff with Rico until the boss is broken. I probably shouldn't have used Rico actually. Whatever. Like, I wanted to make it harder for me, and Rico will definitely make it harder for me. Sayaka does not get a turn before the boss, so we need to do this.
100% を超えるわ。
I also need Sayaka to get those stacks up. By the way, we're not worrying about stuns. Like, I might not get a single stun and that's fine. Sayaka's speed compared to other defenders, I think it's about similar, I'm not quite sure. All defenders are extremely slow. Also, still only broke our shields. We did have much less buff this time though. Is the boss really has the boss really taken that much damage already? Holy shit! Yeah. Where are those speed buffs from again? Oh, it's a passive. Who's passive for the speed buffs again? Good, increase all speed. Oh yeah, and crit. What's that? Huh. Kind of forgot about that. Who needs it? You can have it. Nice. More speed buff. Still not that bad. So Felicia A5, yes, but she's not really doing much. Although her hits are decently hard. Hey, you're welcome to stream, Afri. How's it going? The boss has trouble just getting through our shields. That's kind of sad. I'm gonna put some buffs up now, even if it makes you take one down from the anti-buff attack. Taking off the Devil Homodo, that's a good idea. We have 10 stacks on Psycho now, so we're taking a lot less damage. How close we get to killing the boss? Yeah, I'm telling you, this boss is just not very powerful. That was the best attack the boss has. And it didn't even kill my off-element characters yet. There we go. Finally did it. And I intentionally let the boss do more damage because I threw up more buffs than I needed. And now the boss is actually doing some damage. And I actually don't have another shield, so now I'm actually close to death because I let my Hazuki die on purpose. Not entirely on purpose, but I gave the boss more damage on purpose by throwing up buffs. Assist. Oh, it does it as an assist. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. So if you intentionally play into the boss's buff punishing move, yes, then the boss actually does some damage. But even so, the boss is dead. Right? Yeah. Even so, the boss died. Yeah, this boss is like, it's not just that my team is strong, tea and sweets. It's just that this boss just generally doesn't do much. I have an A0 Sayaka, and she was able to defend all of the damage until I intentionally gave myself too many buffs. And then the enemy got the bonus damage against buffs, right? But if I just hadn't done that, I don't even think anyone would have died. So yeah, no, this boss is just generally not that difficult. I think Doppel Iroha is going to make the fight easier. I want to test it. Right? Should I? Yeah, no, I should do it. I also want to have other characters. Maybe? Nah, let's keep this this way. I just want to test how it looks with Double Iroha instead. Hey, Tommy, how is it going? So you could really that good ever at A2. She's pretty good at AoE, like specifically for area of effect stuff. You probably don't want to use it for other stuff. Her support, however, yeah, as a support, she's really good because she gives you a crap ton of damage bonus. It was only a problem if you're purposefully letting her win. Yeah, kind of. First time Mami, but it failed, huh? You probably don't want to play off-element characters, like attackers, that is. Who even needs an increase? I guess I can with 2 of you. Just making story stuff easier so people can read story. I think it's also that just the increased level cap has made everything much easier. I should not have done that. Now the boss gets more buff damage. Whatever. Your magic girl becomes witch. You don't actually want that. The curse does so little damage. Nice. Okay, hold on, since I just like AoE but don't like Article. That's totally fine. Should I? Nah, let's tank this one hit. I do have more buffs than I should have here though. Yeah, but we have Double Iroha. And heals back up. I kind of don't want to do anything with Riko, to be fair, because she just gives me more buffs. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get rid of ailments, you know? Just giving yourself a buff with that, right? Whatever. Good damage. Yeah. The boss does do more damage over time. I think... should I feed the boss? Nah, fuck it. I could get more healing here. I'm gonna get more healing. Right? Yeah. I need more Crystallis for double Iroha, because like I said, the Crystallis makes her heal a lot more, but of course need to actually get her Crystallis for that to happen, because I don't have a Crystallis yet. Like I don't have all of that Crystallis that would increase her damage by so much. Her healing, I mean. So this double Iroha doesn't actually have that yet. Like I would be giving her the Crystallis that gives her like 20% more healing, and then I would have the substats that also give more healing, which would give her like overall like way more healing, which right now she just doesn't. Yeah. No, I need the Crystallis. I don't have them yet. Yeah. You can tell that double Iroha really needs those Crystallis to actually be good. Like she really needs them. Like they're not optional. And her EX, by the way, is not for survival. Her EX only is like damage buffs. So you absolutely need the other ones. Does she even have any? Yeah, I actually do have all of them. Right, I could give me like 20% HP recovery, and then it's like another, I think, is it 10%? On the substats? Yeah, it's wait, no. Substat. It's 8% on the substat. So if you have 3 of them, that's 24% plus the 20%. That's like 44% more healing from substats. And if you get more HP substats, it's even more healing. So you can get up to like 50% more healing just from Crystallis, which is a lot. What second attack? I don't think that would be quite worth it. Like, not worth as much as just getting the Crystallis. So yeah, you actually do need the Crystallis, and if you don't, I guess an attacker does it. A defender, I mean. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, if once I have her Crystallis, it's going to be much different. But yeah, anyway, you don't really need that much to defeat this boss. I can try it with a breaker as well. Like, let's say, for example, I really want a breaker. It's gonna be so much easier, I think, with a breaker. Because the breaker that I would have for this is this. And that's kind of a different story. Felicia, you can... Oh, that's fine. Yeah, of course it's Xena. Like, what... Look at the enemy elements. You're of course gonna use Xena. Like, what else am I gonna use? I can use... No, it's not light. Dark. I don't have Tsukuyo. I don't have Tsukuyo. But yeah, I mean, this is just the characters of these elements. A lot of people have Rena. A lot of people have Pluvia. A lot of people have Yachio. A lot of people have some defender. Like, there's a lot of characters that make this fight a lot easier. So you're gonna have 1 or 2 of them anyway. Oh, so many curses, really? And now we can do something like this. Right. If only they know a slightly faster. Could this probably do a lot of way a lot of people just quit instead of grinding, yeah? She missed the stun. Get shreked.
どうってことないわね。
I'm not gonna pay that. That check bounces.
この調子この調子。
I might as well do it for normal attack.
頑張らないとね。悪くないんだ。順調な時こそ。見切れなかった。これ以上は。この調子でいくぜ。
Bonk.
らしくないな。
Boss is actually getting decently fast now, not that it matters.
頑張らないとね。でかいのかますよ。
I can get a delay anyway.
気は抜かずに行こう。私
I need damage buffs?
ナイス。伊達に生き残っての突破するわ。この調子で行くぜ。
Normal attack does not get there, right? No, it gets there exactly. Oh my god, that's so good.
行くぞ。
We're not gonna use it yet because we don't have the buffs yet. Now we have the buffs.
やる気出た。終わりね。
Just crit, please. I like 50% crit chance.
一気に片付ける。これで懲りたでしょ。
It's 50-50. It's like really easy to make this fight easy. But yeah. You know what that means? It's time for score attack. We can finally get out of here. And get something that's actually difficult. Well. So of course with score attack you can just set your own difficulty. So it doesn't matter how strong a team is, you can just always go to a difficulty that your team is good against. So yeah. But it also means if you have a stronger team, you can just go to a high level. And once again, after that, it's going to be suddenly more difficult. Let's go here and actually just swap in a Homura, and that's about it. And I'm just going to go after that. Like, I'm not going to change much about this. I assume Sphinx gonna have ads, but Homura is also really good against ads. Is this score based for Holy Mami? I would assume so. But Homura is still gonna be really fucking good here. Okay, we need music. What do we have? Two actions, decrease attack speed of each passing turn, breakpoints 5% or higher, decrease defense. Oh. Okay. Removes all ailments and negates ailment one time. Increases all S damage, deal slight damage, slight damage. Slight damage. Slight damage. That increases with self-inflict with ailment. Doesn't want to be included with ailment. Yeah, I don't care about that. It grants two actions to break bonus 5% or higher. They really wanted to get a high break bonus on this one. Okay, these are not the exact same enemies. What's looking for ailment increases attack. Oh, they want to be increased with attack. Wait a minute. So this one wants to be inflicted with ailment because then it decreases the attack. Oh no, wait, it decreases your attack when it attacks you. I see what it means. Okay. Yeah, no, we're not gonna care about that. We're just gonna go. You think this is gonna make me stop using Ren? Really? I probably should, but you know. I probably should have gone with Kirika's shield. Yeah, I should have used Kirika's shield to turn one. The more important part is that the boss is not weak to light, but weak to fire and dark. And there are indeed two characters that are fire and dark breakers. I have neither of them. Like those are the two exact characters I'm missing are the fire and dark breakers. So that's kind of sad. Is Kitty gonna be able to do that? Yes, she caught up. Specifically, Takuya would actually be really good here. Yeah, those Toga and Skuya are the only two cards I don't have. Well, and Holy Mami, but I don't care that much about Holy Mami.
続けますここで決めるわよ。物は排除する。そこ続けます。悪くないかも私だって。
Nice. That's so much MP, Jesus Christ.
続けます。行くわ。邪魔者ははっ。続けます。足は
Suzukimasu.
引っ張りたいや。
An instant pool, yes, but I just haven't gotten him yet.
続けます。
That's gonna be in trouble because Den is off element.
オリコの言った通
And you can quite tell that Den is off element because she's taking a lot of damage.
逃げられない。
So is Marika, but she generally has more defense.
絶好調よ。避けられないわよ。ここで決めるわよ。頑張れます。はい。
I'm gonna refresh the wound here because fuck it, that's why.
続けます。
I didn't get the wound on the boss. Gonna have to refresh it after next turn.
続けます。悪くない。
Who's the new standard characters? At the end of this month? I think at the end of this month it's... Oh god, is it Alina? I think it's Alina and someone else, I'm not quite sure.
お願い。続けます。今がチャンスね。避けられないわよ。
Well, you are seeing this correctly. There is a one-turn rotation with Mami I have right now.
続けます。私が相手をする。
I can almost break this, Jesus.
いいところを見つ速攻で型をつけよう。続けます。
I can probably get the MP for another special here. There you go.
逃げられない。
That's a break.
続けていくわ。
Okay, we're not going just yet. We need the higher break bonus and we need the ads on the side to also be broken.
悪くないかも。
So, Marika, keep breaking.
続けます。お願い。続けていくわ。私が相手をする。
We need higher break bonus still.
続けます。全然大丈夫です。はい。
The boss is still wounded as well, which is really good. I can do this to hit more wounds, hit more stuff.
続けます。今がチャンスね。生きていくって決めたんです。
Okay, come on. Careful with that damage! Be careful with that fucking damage! I don't want to kill just yet.
続け
We need the other one on 500% as well. Okay, now we can go.
続けていくわ。
Don't kill yet! Ooh! Can we throw a grenade on the guys on the side? Because I don't have the damage buff from her own grenade yet. Ah, that's greedy.
邪魔者は排除する。
I'm gonna throw a grenade here and hope it doesn't kill.
逃がさない。私が相
Also,
手をする。
do we... Oh, whoops.
そこ。
We might not have the damage bonus from Mami right now, actually. We need that as well.
ここで決めるわよ。
Okay, now we go. This needs to do really big damage. Squee and Zakasa are also standard right now, yes. Since this didn't happen to me, I learned that I pull on standard character better unless I really like or need them. Yep, that is really good.
行くわ。
Okay, let's see how much damage you can do. I'm looking for high score. High score, high score, high score. Give me the high score. I need a crit. We're probably gonna get a crit, but do as much damage as possible. How much can we do? 3 million. We got 3.1 million. That's some good damage. That's some good damage right there.
もう一人前って言えるかな。
Damn. We're 15th. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Look at the rewards we're getting. That's all the rewards. That's all of them. that's all the rewards. There, it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. It keeps going still. Oh my god, that's all the rewards. Actually, it's not all of the rewards because there's another total score reward for doing basically the exact same thing. But again, I'm not gonna do that right now though. But yeah. Yeah, Homona's ult is a proximity damage, so it hit all 3 enemies. Which is why I don't actually believe that Holy Mami is the best choice for this. She may be if she's at high ascensions, but if you already have an ascension 5 Homona, she might still be the better choice. I guess that's the weird part. Moko do more? Not more than that, I would assume. Maybe. Actually, it's possible that Momoko does more. You're right. Momoko might actually do more. So, Homura is a good choice. Momoko as well. Yeah, one way or another, I don't think that Holy Mami is the best choice. Like, unless she's really high ascension, which... How many people are gonna have her at really high ascension? Like, I just don't think there are any people that would have that. What being speed? So nice. Wait, one of these potters for speed? I didn't even check. Can you check? There it is. Speed, 12.5. Nice, I hope the stats are good. The other one is Dark Attack. Only 12.5, so it's really bad. 15% would also be too little. Was Mami the best choice last time? I think so, but not entirely certain. I know that Swim Sayaka was very important. Like, basically required if you want to be, like, the best, I think. So definitely Swim Sayaka up there. Do you still need to target on proximity? Yes, you still want to target the boss so that it then fans out to both enemies on the side, because otherwise you would only be hitting 2 enemies instead of all 5. So I would assume that... So I think you're right that it would be, the top would be Momoko, but if we're talking Hyper Whales, because the top is usually Hyper Whales, and if the top is Hyper Whales, that means it's possible that the top does actually use Holy Mami. Let's check it. The top is Gunamaniac, I know that guy by the way. And it is Momoko. You were right, it is Momoko indeed. And as you all expect, it's Mabayu because Mabayu is the best single target buffer. That's a debuffer. So, or not debuffer, that's Tsukuyo, although Tsukuyo does also do debuffer, so it's actually, it's still kind of debuffer because most people forget about that she also does debuffs. Where is it? The skill, only level 9? Come on, Ganame, what are you doing? How is this only level 1 out of 10? But yeah, the skill does... Where is it? Oh my god. Is it the ability? What's the basic attack? The skill? Yeah, no, that's the skill. It increases light target damage taken. It's only 5%, I guess, though. So I guess it's not that much. No crystals. What? Ganame, you really gotta get that Tsukuyo up there. Come on, what are you doing? But yeah, you were indeed right, it's Momoko. Whoops, what else do we have? We have another Momoko. Another Momoko. Yeah, Mabayu is the best single target buffer, so basically every time you want to go for highest score possible, you're always going to use Mabayu. My Mabayu is only A1 or A0 or something, like not very good. Like A1 I think, so that's kind of bad. Otherwise I would be using her a lot more often. Because Mabayu has a lot of SP problems, because she uses a lot of SP, but with A4 you get SP back when you use special, so that's really helpful. Which is why currently I still use mostly Mami, because my Mami is A5, so she does actually give SP back, so that's really good. But yeah, my Mabayu is still missing some of that. But apart from that, it's mostly similar with Kirika and Ren as well. Like, Ren is off element, but it doesn't matter because Ren is absolutely overpowered, and you just want to use Ren as much as possible. So yeah, that's that. How many Momokos do we have? That's a Homura on here. Not Mabayu. Interesting. There's no Mabayu on this one. Didn't expect that. Then there's a Felicia. That's the damage dealer. Understandable. I mean, if Felicia's ult is also proximity or something. All enemies, yeah. Not quite as potent, but still decent. I mean, that's a strong Mabayu right there. You put a Mabayu and a Tsuruno on someone, they're gonna do a lot of damage. Like this Sayakini, so here's the thing, like this Sayakini could be a second maybe, or even third. Like somewhere between second and third if that was actually a Homura instead of a Felicia. But, you know, maybe they just don't have her. And here's the first, this character has Holy Mami. This character has Holy Mami. And they're not using her, they're using Homura instead. Like, Holy Mami is not even being used for this. And you want to know why Holy Mami is not used for this, even if you have her? Because it's not 5 enemies. Holy Mami is only jacked if there's 5 enemies. There's only 3. And when it comes to 3 enemies, it turns out proximity, of course, hits all 3 enemies. And it's like better in that case. So yeah, there's like not really that much of a reason to actually use Holy Mami. I can't believe I'm actually 15th with this. Because I mean, towards the end of the fight, I was trying to get maximum score, but I just sort of went, yeah, this team looks good, and then just went with it. Like, I didn't really try to min-max or anything, but yeah, nice. I'm gonna go for the rest of the score some other time, because it's just gonna be auto battle. Like, for actually going for the score, you just throw in auto battle or something, and then you just wait. But for the most part, I would say that's it. I know there's some Chaos Boss I still haven't done, but I'm so fucking sweaty today and tired that I don't want to spend too much time on Chaos Bosses today. I'm really sorry. She does spawn more. Oh, there are 5 if you stay long enough. I see. So you would have... Oh, yeah, no, that would... Yeah, no, I guess if there are 5, then I guess Holy Mami would be better. Put Swimsuit Psycho after a 110 shot. To keep rolling, try for Madoka and Ascend Psycho, I should have said. Have you only put in a single 10 roll? Because if it's only a single 10 roll you have put in, I would probably just wait. Because Swimsuit Madoka is not that good. And Swimsuit Sayaka needs at least 2 Ascensions to be getting a lot out of it. And the chance to get 2 Ascensions from rolling is like really low, so it's probably not worth it. So if you've only really done a single 10 roll, I would probably just wait S and see what comes next. There's always going to be a reroll at something like a rerun. We don't know when, but at some point there's going to be a rerun. Probably around anniversary or around next summer they're probably going to rerun it, so you don't have to get more Ascension Stopper anyway. Super Madoka's support is indeed really good, but I don't think it's good enough for you to specifically fish the gacha for it. Unless you're a whale. I mean, if you're a whale, of course, but if you're not a whale, I don't think I would... It's a good idea to roll for it just for the support slot. The price top 2 didn't use Ren. I mean, the damage with Ren over what they use might be similar. I don't know exactly. It might be similar. Or theoretically even more. It's possible there's also more, but they didn't test it out enough. I mean, you know, it has only been live for like a day. So who knows what it's going to look like in a week from now. But yeah. By the way, the team I'm using right here for farming Crystallis, it's not a specific team. I'm just using characters whose Crystallis I want. Like, of course, otherwise I would not be using 3 sustains. It's just I haven't gotten any good Crystallis for these 3 sustains yet. They're just not getting anything. By the way, I need to show you guys something. I don't think I can really show you that well. But there has been some data into... do you guys know of the Magia etc. info sheet? Like the Google spreadsheet that has, for example, all the characters, right? On it. An overview of what they do and like other pages as well. That info page also has... I think it's that info page. That has some data somewhere. Wait, where is it? There it is. It has some other data. Let me check here. Where is it? Yeah, we have the drop chances for every single of the Crystallis, right? We know that every Crystallis actually has a different drop chance. And here's the thing. We know there's different like ranges. Like here's the Crystallis that drop more often, and then after that there's Crystallis that drop a little bit less often, and then there's Crystallis that drop almost never. And we know, for example, that Towering Offense, Towering Bulwark, Vitality, Rigorous Bulwark, Rigorous Offense, all of these have a really high chance of dropping. And then you go down the list and you see there's actually 4 that have the lowest chance of dropping. And the lowest chance of dropping is Direct Hit, which is a crit, Mighty Hit, which is the other crit one, and then Mana Infusion and Quick Step. Those 4 have the lowest drop chance, and they're all sitting at around 6% drop chance maybe. Like, from all Crystallis that you can get. Although it's not actually 6%, it's 6% for all 5. So you have to do like 1/5 of that, I think, for the actual drop chance. So it's maybe around 1% of every Chrysalis that a character gets is Quick Step or Mana Infusion or Mighty Hit or Direct Hit. They are the hardest ones to get. And Rigorous Bulwark, Rigorous Offense, Towering Bulwark, Towering Offense, and Vitality are the 5 most common ones. And everything else is kind of in the middle. Although this one does not show you what the elemental ones are, like Torrent, for example, which increases aqua damage. Like, that is not on here, sadly. So we don't know for certain. But yeah, it's extremely slow. It's extremely low chance for these. Is Vitality good for healers? Not really. Because you also have the one that gives 20% heal up, and that 20% heal up is much better than Vitality. And then you only have 2 other slots. Some healers have really good EX, for example, like Swimsuit Madoka has really good EX, Kaide has a pretty decent one, Double Edo Hive has really good, so all the healers have pretty decent EX, so you probably use the EX. And then you might use Quick Step, for example, or Mana Infusion, probably Quick Step. Like, you don't have a slot left for Vitality, really. But over 100, yet no EX. Give up on playing Grind anymore. It's not, like, depending on the character, EX might not actually be that important. Just make sure you have a full set of Chrysalis for someone, and to get a full set of Chrysalis, it's actually more important to have enough pitchers to be able to unlock slots, of course. Elemental attack stuff like Torrent, yes, that's what I mean. Are you saying that is actually on the shield? On the sheet? Let me check. No, that is not. Oh, no, it's on the sheet. On the sheet, it's about 13% divided by 5. Yeah, so it's not actually that bad, I guess. Oh, let us swap out Chrysalis. Oh my god, it's gotta happen. They have to make Chrysalis swap outable, otherwise it would be so shit. Rates are way too low. I think they're fine, because this is something that you're supposed to be farming for a long time. If you could farm this in a week, or even in a month, it would kind of... there would not be very much of a point to the system. That said, they can of course improve it. It doesn't mean it's perfect, they can of course improve it by a lot. But that's at least the intention behind the system. I had a dream that they had a bajillion crystal slot. And after a while they started costing a weird green eye thing instead of those rainbow jars. Okay, yeah, no, that's actually surprisingly a simple dream. You could be 3 times speed or something. Yeah, 3 times speed would be also good. Better auto battle AI. Better auto battle AI would go a long way. Look, Garment Crystals spawn when they were put into the game, yeah, and so you have to ask about them a lot. Nah, there's no worry. I did make a video where I talk about all of the best Crystalists for all of the different characters. For all of the different roles, rather. And I usually mention which Crystalists are good for, like, when I make character reviews. By the way, Holy Mami review coming maybe tomorrow, who knows. But yeah. Yeah, no worries. On another note, I really am starting to sweat way too much. You probably won't see it because most of my lower body that's sweating because damn, these pants are sweaty as fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hop off in a second. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours. Yeah, pretty decent. That's usually about how much I stream. Like I said, on Sunday there's gonna be another stream. On Sunday I'm streaming again, and it's probably gonna be Tor 20. and I'm going to live translate Japanese text as much as I can. And we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be not voice acting, but reading out the character speaking. So that should be good. That should be fun. If you want to hear me speak Japanese, and if you just want to see new Toho stuff, that's gonna be the time for that. I don't know the actual time of day that I'm gonna be streaming on Sunday. It's probably gonna be sooner than today. Like it's gonna be like a few hours before than what I streamed today at. So keep that in mind. You make it 5 times more enjoyable when you're a phone player. Charge drains up quick. That's kind of a problem with phone. But on PC, I guess it doesn't matter that much because you can just tab out and do other stuff. Like on a second monitor. Like on a PC, this is really nice. Like on a PC, you barely notice it. The farm. Seeker voice acting middle schoolers and high schoolers would be hilarious. Toho is not middle schoolers and high schoolers. Toho is like thousands-year-old yokai girls that look like high schoolers. But they might look that way, but they're actually like, okay. But it's fun. Like Toho has some of the most fun characters out there. Like as far as just having a fun cast, Toho has got it figured out. They're some of the most fun characters ever made. Like one of the characters from the new game, like we don't know much about the new game yet, but we do know one of the characters, for example, is a Dosojin, which is a yokai that was born off of I think it's off of a rock that is like vaguely human shaped, that is like on the side of a road, that is supposed to give you good luck when you're traveling. It's like a traveling charm basically on the side of a road. And that is what became a yokai. And that yokai then went and underground and found a 1,000-year-old pyramid underground and was forced to guard that pyramid. And while guarding that pyramid, became a cosplayer and basically cosplayed as a cross between a archaeologist and the Sphinx, and then started asking questions to travelers as if she was a Sphinx because she started cosplaying the Sphinx. But she sucks at puzzles because she's not the Sphinx, she's just a cosplayer, so she sucks at puzzles. And that's just one of the characters. That's just one of the characters. You totally have some crazy fucking characters. Yeah. Okay, I think so I'm through my QP. I'm not gonna spend cubes. I was actually out of cubes, and then I started saving up cubes again because I'm waiting to see if they're gonna make some changes to the farming system, because I believe they're going to make some changes to the farming system at some point. I don't know when. Until then, I'm probably gonna save my QP orbs until I get to like 100 or whatever. If I get to 100, I'm gonna start spending them again. But yeah, until then, I'm just not gonna engage with this. What does Kaide say in their victory thing? I don't know. I don't remember. Can I check here? I don't have sound on this one. Sadly, I can't check here. So I don't remember what she said. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we are going to see what's going to happen with Toho. Sana's barrier is so high. That's an A5 Sana, I think. And she has a lot of defense. At least I think so. Yeah, A5, even though her special isn't that high yet. But yeah, it's an A5 Sana, and she has a lot of defense. And she has both a A5 defender as her support Kyoku that increases defense, and then she of course has the portrait in here that increases defense, and she has maximum level of her shield. And she also has the Crystalist that increases defense. So yeah, she has a lot of defense. So her shields are kind of big. And of course the passive also gives defense 10% to all allies. So yeah, that's a lot of defense. And of course the A4 gives more defense. Jesus, that's a lot of defense on this character. That's a lot of barriers and everything. Yeah, maxing special is extremely expensive. But yeah, I would say that we're done for today. We're going to see each other again in just 2 days. In just 2 days, we're going to see each other again. I hope to see you guys there. But before I leave, I want to give a shout out to my YouTube members, Rip Famwinkel and Simple Tor. Thank you very much for your membership. And yeah, you can become a member today. But yeah, that was it. Of course, you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in maybe 2 days. Bye!